Ladies and gentlemen, when you're right, you're right. I had no doubts. Like I said, I would have been surprised if the man would have picked a black woman. But we found out this man is biracial anyway, so are we really surprised that he picked a white woman? Yes, Matt James, I believe his name is, of The Bachelor. It is finally over. There was a reunion last night. I just found out this information. He picked this white woman named Rachel. But here is the juicy part, and I will rub my hands together if I don't have to hold this camera while I'm talking right now. Come to find out that this woman had a racist past. She said some very derogatory and hateful things towards black people. Of course, it's been her past, but still, we know how things work these days. Your past can catch up to you. It's always happened, and it always will happen. Well, when Matt found out about that, he decided to call it off, and I think this might be the first time that I've seen this. Looks like after being with her for a while and discovering what she was really about, he decided to end the relationship. Here is a clip. This is, of course, fair use, and this is on the YouTube channels of different gossip channels. I'm not a gossip channel myself, but I just want to share this clip with you.
Relationship, it was in the context of you not fully understanding my blackness and what it means to be a black man in America.
You're half blackness.
What it mean for our kids. When I saw those
Your mom's
things
white,
that were floating around the internet, and it broke my heart because this is the last conversation I thought we'd be having. I didn't sign up to have this conversation. And I knew that I had to take a step back for you to put in that work that you outlined that you needed to do. And that's something you gotta do on your own. And that's why we can't be in a relationship.
Is the door even slightly open for relationship reconciliation here?
I don't want to be emotionally responsible for those tears because it's like the work and the reconciliation that needs to be done is work that I can't do for you. And I know that you're capable of doing it. And
I pretty much heard enough. I don't care anymore. I just wanted to share this with you guys. You see, there was no doubt in my mind. Like I said when I did the other video about this, I think I did maybe 2 videos on this particular topic because I don't really watch The Bachelor. I said I would not be surprised if this man picked a white woman just like Rachel Lindsay picked a white man. I believe Rachel Lindsay was actually a full black woman, though. I don't think she had two different parents from two different nationalities or backgrounds, but this guy is biracial. He has the appearance of a black man because his father is black, but his mother is white. Okay, there was no doubt in my mind that he was going to pick a white woman, but there was a doubt in my mind if he would ever pick a black woman because there were black women on that show that were beautiful as hell. And if I was on that show, I would have chose a black woman because I don't mess with white women to begin with. That's just my preference. I like my own women. They have their flaws just like men in our community have our flaws, but at the end of the day, I want a black woman, I want black children. This man was biracial, so is it any wonder that he chose someone outside of his race? I don't think so, ladies and gentlemen. But the real kicker of it all, like I said in the beginning of this video, is the fact that this woman's racist past came up. But then again, are you really, really surprised that this woman has a racist past when most of these people have racist pasts or have said racist things about us behind our backs or even to our faces as of late? Are you surprised about this? Surely he was surprised about it. He looked dumbfounded. I'm going to put the picture of him on the screen again. I chose this white woman because I thought I was going to find love with her, and I thought that she was beautiful and sexy, and I really clicked with her, and the emotion was there, and I gave her the final rose, and I thought that I was going to be able to spend my life with her, but then I come to find out, as it often happens that her past history comes up, and I've learned that she has racism and hatred towards black people. And even though I'm only half black, my half black side is offended about that. And I just realized that I couldn't be with someone like that, because if I'm going to be with somebody, even though I'm only half black and I'm offended by my half black side about her racist remarks about black people, even if it was in the past, I just can't find myself being with her. I should have chose that black woman or that other white girl with the blonde hair. Maybe she might have been a better fit, unless she had a racist past too. That's the look on this fool's face right now. Anybody who thought that this man was going to choose a black woman, any black woman that thought this man would choose a black woman, you are foolish. You should know by now that they're not going to put anyone in the forefront on a television show, a dating show, a series, a mini-series, a black person who's going to pick someone who's black. It's not going to happen. It ain't going to happen. They're not going to allow it. You see the erasure of black love every day. You see certain shows you can mention to me that have black love on it, and this and that, but you barely see it anymore like you saw it when I was a child back in the 80s, 90s, back when your parents were teenagers, in the 70s, if your parents were teenagers back then, like my parents were, okay? You don't see shit like that anymore. It is once in a blue moon where you even see the celebration of black love. And I really can't call it a celebration of black love with this man, since he's only half black, since his mom, where he came from, out of the stomach he came from, is actually white. Can't really call it black love to begin with, if you would have picked a black woman. But I'm done talking about this shit. I'm not surprised that this woman has racist tendencies in her like most of her people do. This fool is surprised. You see how he was talking in that video I did in the beginning when I talked about him and this show that he was on, that he was going to be doing this season. How he thought that everybody was telling him to be with a certain type of person, that he has a responsibility to this people, he has a responsibility to that people. Yeah, all that shit goes out the window now. You get. See, the thing is, there are black people out there, there are even biracial people out there that don't want to believe that racism exists. They think that somehow racism ends because your family, your mom and dad got together from two different nationalities, ethnicities. Somehow racism is over. They choose to believe it doesn't exist anymore. It is a figment of everyone's imagination. Everything is good with the world now. And then this happens and it blows them in the gut. It hits them hard and they can't face it. They can't deal with it. He looks like he's dumbfounded. Looks like he's dumbstruck, because he is dumb to believe that this woman was a perfect choice. Found out otherwise, and now this guy has nobody. And to tell you the truth, it's not just him being the half black bachelor, because he's not the first black bachelor, okay? He's the first half black bachelor, all right? Here's the thing before I leave. He ain't the only one on The Bachelor that's ended up alone. There have been other people who have been chosen on The Bachelor, who have chosen people to be with them, giving them their rose, and then it didn't work out. There was a white woman that came before this one, I believe, that was getting married to marry a black man or a biracial man, okay? And it didn't work out for them. And she went after him quickly and got off the show, and it didn't work out. Rushed in the shit, didn't work out. Got a black woman that came on that show, and she picked a white boy. Every black chick that comes on that show is going to pick a white dude. It ain't no surprise to me. Not a surprise at all. What I will be surprised is if they actually pick one of their own. But I don't ever see that happening. Never. Even when I was a kid, well, not a kid, I'm not going to say a kid, but I was a younger man. Back in the early 2000s, there was a show called Singled Out on MTV, okay? You had black men that would come on that show and they would pick white women. But the black women on that show would most of the time pick black men. Even though I did see a couple of black women with white boys as well, most of the time, this is what would happen. But shows like Hell Date that were comedic shows were fun for me. And then there were other shows like Love Connection when I was a child that actually had black men and black women dating each other. Beautiful. That's the way it is most of the time anyway. Even though this narrative of interracial dating is still out there, most of us choose each other. But this is just something that I wanted to talk about, because I said when it got to the end of the show I was going to speak on it, and I spoke on it. Let me know what you think about it, and I'll talk to you next time. No surprise the woman is a racist, because even if it's in her past, she has it in her to be that way again. Imagine if they were together, he got mad at her or she got mad at him, they got into some kind of tiff or argument, okay, some lover's spat, as people call it, and then she calls him the N-word. This motherfucker's eyes would rise like he's seen the second coming of Christ. He wouldn't believe it. Oh my God, you called me that name? Really? So he found out now. I guess it's better for him. He'll find somebody else, but he ain't finding it on television. You gotta find it in life, buddy. Peace out. I'm done. Lethal Black Man signing off.